I went online yesterday. I went to cafe. No, with my lab. I went to, was it last week or beginning of this week? You know this argument? Sometimes they position it to that place. I'm telling you. This argument. Sometimes they position this camera, you don't go know. You don't go know. Omokaru, see Omokaru, see Omokaru. What's that Omokaru? They'll beat you, Omokaru. See yourself. We are playing that here one day. I just say don't go, sir. I don't say again. Omokaru, where you go, sis? You go home. Omokaru, go home. Now Lagos, I'll beat you, Omokaru. Omokaru, don't go home. Omokaru, my brother, come back and come carry one day. Because they have to say, brother, don't carry. Nobody don't want to come back to Saka. And to help him. The brother police officer, I can't carry Omokaru. He reach 1 month to the fan of Omokaru. They call your constant every day. He said they don't tell us that they see Omokaru around here. He said more than 10 years. They know 10 years. He said in sister of America, they say they go bring him. They slap him. He said Omokaru see their life. If they call your call look for Omokaru every day. Now you can't catch Omokaru.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program this morning, Vice and listeners. I am Christian Chuku. Once again, welcome wherever you are watching us. Welcome to the program this morning. Yes, today is the 21st of June, 2022. We are right here in Okpa to get people talking on the topical issues that we have in the country today. We are looking at support from different political parties. We have the Labour Party, we have the APC, also we have the PDP. Yes, Atiku for the PDP, LP Labour Party, Obi Peter Obi, then the APC, Jagaban of Lagos, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We have people differentiated in their views. Let's start with the program this morning. Once again, welcome Agwebo Imafidon. Welcome first timer on the program this morning. I have with me the Nation newspaper. I also have the Vanguard, the Nation and the Vanguard newspaper. Let's look at some of the top stories that we have this morning. Yes, AKT poll. I did not witness any vote buying by the governor-elect. I didn't witness vote buying by governor-elect. Prosecute suspect of vote trading. Yes, the UK calls it vote trading, and we call it vote buying in Nigeria. Prosecute suspects of vote trading UK. Yes, if they will be prosecuted is another story. It's another issue. African bishops blame Nigerian politicians elite for country's woes. African bishops blame Nigerian politicians elite for country's woes. I'm not in support of your protest, Mbaka tells Adoration members. I am not in support of your protest, Mbaka tells Adoration members. Yes, the main headline on the Vanguard this morning. There is no law for placeholders in lieu of running mates. Inec reveals there is no law for placeholders in lieu for running mates. There's no legal backing for that. Let's take a look at Machina and Lawan. Machina has refused to step down for Lawan. However, there are reports that Lawan had told Machina to hold the place for him. But when he lost the presidential candidacy of the APC, he has decided to return back. But Machina is saying no. Now the INEC has said there is no law that is saying that somebody should stay in place for you. That means if Masari of the APC refuses to step down, he automatically becomes the vice presidential candidate of the APC. So would Doyin Okupe be the vice presidential candidate if he decides not to step down. That means it is within their volition to step down or not. No one can force them, not even a court of law can force them. So no law for placeholders in lieu of running mates. Inec says that no political party indicated placeholder when submitting nomination forms. No political party or no party indicated a placeholder when submitting nomination forms. Kabiru Masari filed withdrawal from as APC running mates. Kabiru Masari filed withdrawal form as APC running mate. That's from source. Court stops INEC from ending voters registration June 30th. That's good news as far as I'm concerned. I've heard in a while. Court stops INEC from ending voters registration June 30th. We are here to get order. INEC, we are here to get order from the court. INEC has revealed PDP SDP back extension of CVR exercise. PDP SDP back extension of CVR exercise. APC followed legal advice in selecting running mates. Adamu. APC followed legal advice in selecting running mates. Today is World Refugee Day. UN calls for protection of over 77,000 refugees in Nigeria. 77,000 refugees in Nigeria. Running from what? Running from what in Nigeria? Refugees of a country residing in a country, the same country. Yes, the train attack. Victims are very sick, may die if government fails to act fast. Victims are very sick, may die if government fails to act fast. That is from a mediator. Yes, commuters stranded in Lagos, Abuja, or your others as well. Scarcity bites harder. Commuters stranded in Lagos, Abuja, or your others as well. Scarcity bites harder. We are waiting for government's reply to our presentation. ASU. We are waiting for government's reply to our presentation. ASU. Nigeria's recount rises. Okay, let's look at the nation. 50 Kaduna train captives sick, dying. 50 Kaduna train captives sick, and they are dying. Attack on churches, bandits sick, 100 million naira ransom. Attack on churches, bandits sick, 100 million naira ransom. Lawan contested senatorial primary, says APC chair. Journalists were asking Lawan questions. He was not giving a direct answer. He didn't want constructive questions. He was saying that he doesn't want any negativity, any question of speculation. That all he knows is that Lawan was part of the process. Yes, but INEC has held his stand that Manchina would be the party's flag bearer of the senatorial district. Okay, Absalami is stable in UK, says presidency. Absalami is stable in UK, says presidency. Yes, governor-elect has disputed, Olubadan said there is no vote buying in Ekiti. Yes, yes, the government-elect said there's no vote buying in Ekiti. So what we saw on the social media, what we saw by the SEC, what we saw the police doing in Ekiti, they were not vote buying. They were just farade. It's a farad. Is that what this is saying? Governor-elect is saying that there's no vote buying claim in Ekiti State. Petrol marketers increased pump price. Amid scarcity, petrol marketers increased pump price amid scarcity. Motorists queue in products in Lagos, Adekiti, Abuja, others. That is the situation in Nigeria today. Yes, sir. For the power electricity available in Nigeria, we are waiting till the 1st of July because the assurance given to a country of over 250 million of over 250 million persons that have the capacity to get itself infrastructure. We are told to wait till July 1st so that we can get, I don't think it's stable electricity. I don't think it's stable power, but we can at least see light in our home. Let me start with good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Good morning.
How is it going? How is the electricity in your area?
For the past 3, 4, even 5 days, we have not experienced electricity supply. I don't know what is happening. But I learned the government is saying that 1st of next month that there will be some level of stability in power supply. But for now, for the past 5 days in my area, there is no power supply.
Why is it that Nigerians are docile? They are not reacting. They are not being taken.
The reason that docile is not far-fetched. You could recall recently when the issue of EndSARS came up. Look at the brute force with which federal government came against Nigerian youth. Look at the revelation that came after the whole incidents. There are about 98 Nigerians who were allegedly killed by security agencies in Lagos State, according to the finding by Falana, the human rights lawyer, consequent upon a request by the chief coroner of Lagos asking people who lost their loved ones during that EndSARS period to come forward to Lagos State Teaching Hospital for the purpose of identifying the remains of their loved ones. And that collaborated with the leak report of the EndSARS in Lagos. That about 98 corpses were dumped in different mortuaries in Lagos. So it's part of the reason you Nigerians are docile, because nobody wants to die in the hands of government, especially when it has to do with strategic.
Is that the right thing, that we should be afraid to fight for our rights?
No, the issue is, you see, there's another day that says that if you push goats to the wall, that goat will bite. I think we should get to the climax one day where Nigerians will not bother whether there is threat to their life by security agencies or not, when they will come out and face the government, like you saw in EndSARS. Nigerian youths were resolute, they were made up in their resolution. Even after the Lagos State government issued a curfew, that was after the shooting at Lekki Toll Gate. You discover that the people, there was civil disobedience against the curfew. People were on the road in spite of the fact that a curfew was enforced. So what I'm saying is, it will get to a point where they will resist the government.
Okay, Oyetola of Osun State said that we shall double the victory of APC, the numbers. We shall double the numbers.
What do we expect him to say? I think we discussed that issue yesterday, that the only issue with that election is vote buying. So it doesn't matter whether anybody is denying it. There were issues of vote buying. Just as we saw vote buying in the convention of PDP and APC at the national convention.
The governor-elect said there was no. I didn't witness vote buying by APC.
What do you expect him to see? You don't expect him to say anything different from that. But I'm telling you that authoritatively, that vote buying is the major problem of the Nigerian election, and that is the area the government, not even the government, because I don't see the government doing anything. The lovers of democracy in Nigeria, that's any area they need to start sensitizing the electorates, especially those in the rural area who see voting as opportunity to amass wealth, who see the period of voting as the only time they can go get their own share of the national cake. Because whether we like it or not, the people are so much in poverty to the level of 5,000, 10,000, even 2,000, they will cast their votes. And they need to be educated that your vote is your right. They need to be educated that these people who have ruled this country over the years have plundered the commonwealth of this country. That the money they are coming to give you is our common wealth that they are stolen. So until they get that level of awareness, they will continue collecting money and to vote. So for me, it's the major problem of Nigerian electoral process for now. And all the civil liberty organizations, all the lovers of democracy, I think they should synergize to start sensitizing Nigerian electorates, especially the ones in the rural areas, about the implication of collecting money.
Also sensitize in your area.
I'm not exonerating myself, but I'm only saying that there is need for people to synergize to do it.
Okay, let's look at no law for placeholders in lieu of running mates. Inec.
Okay, you see, I think that thing has been in the public domain for some time, and it has been on the front burner for some time. If you look at what is happening currently, I think the National Commissioner of Inec on Voter Education, Barrister Festus Okoye, has clarified the whole issue. One, if you did not participate in the primary of a political party that was duly conducted and monitored by INEC, you have no right to ask your party to submit your name for that position. Now, according to INEC, what the law says is, if the party wants to substitute a candidate, I think that lacuna is where the political parties are relying on to play gimmick rules. What law says is, anybody who have won primary, whether senatorial, whether House of Rep, whether House of Assembly, whether governor, whether the president, what the law says is, if you are no longer interested, you have to write to your party and telling your party that you are voluntarily withdrawing with an affidavit you are sworn to an oath. With an affidavit attached to it, you submit to your party. Your party will now in turn write to INEC that based on this candidate, yes, is no longer interested. He have tendered his letter to withdraw. This affidavit is attached to it, which are sworn. Then based on that, INEC will now come to that constituency to conduct, give a 14 days notification and conduct fresh primary. And what the constitution says is that if you didn't even participate in the first place, that if they are doing a rerun, you cannot be a part of it. So I don't know, from what we are seeing, there's speculation that the case that involves the Senate President Ahmed Lawal, that the person in question, who is supposed to be the candidate, is holding it on trust for him. And thereafter, the person is insisting that he's not going to relinquish it. So even if there was an arrangement that he hold it in trust for him, and the man has refused to relinquish the candidacy, there's nothing anybody can do about it. This is applicable to all these interim presidential, vice presidential candidates, all these pro tempore vice presidential candidates, or what I call them placeholder, what I call them, whatever name, what I call them surrogate, whatever name you go by. What the INEC is saying is that, in as much as they willingly, voluntarily, with an affidavit, withdraw as vice presidential candidates, duly submitted to their party reserve rights to submit same to INEC and renominate another person. And that has to be done between the date they submitted that first name and 30 days. There is a window of substitution.
Okay,
provided by law.
Court stops INEC from ending voters' registration.
I think it's a welcome development, because if you look at between now and election proper, we are going to have the general election in February next year, and we are in June. Between June and December, you are talking about 6 months. Have another 2 months, about 7-8 months. So, and we are in jet age. We are in technology era. We are in digital era, where it doesn't take anything much to print voters card. I mean the PVC, permanent voter card.
Is there a number, sir?
Pardon?
You got a number that identifies you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's no reason for INEC saying they want to stop voter registration when you have another 6, 7, even 8 months to the election. So I think it is what the decision of the court for me is in the right step, in the right direction. Because if you understand what is happening currently, you agree with me that a good number of Nigerian electorates will be disenfranchised if INEC may bold their plan to discontinue the registration. I'll give you an instance. When I decided to go and register, I went through the process online through INEC portal. I submitted all the necessary information, and I was scheduled to appear in their office at Aguda. The day of the schedule, I was at the office. I got there, they requested for the schedule. I showed them from my phone the mail they sent to me. INEC sent to me for the schedule. Only for them to tell me that they already have enough on ground that they cannot attend to me. And this after I spent about 1,500 going there, because from where I stay to the INEC office, I spent about 1,500. Coming back about 1,500. And they're telling me that even after being scheduled to be attended to that day, that I cannot be attended to. So why should INEC be telling me? Because they say I should come back another day, and at the end I'm coming, I should come very early. So if they not end the process and they disenfranchise me, I don't have local standing to go to court to challenge the process, and there are many Nigerians who fall into that category. Not that they don't want to register, but because the process is slow, the process is not efficient enough to get them registered. So I think I applaud the decision of that court to ask Inec to continue with the registration.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew.
Thank you for having me.
We have 10 minutes, everyone, and let's utilize our time. I have Otumba Kunle.
Yeah, Ogwe Christian, how you doing? Ogwe, you know.
Okay, let's start with the APC elections. Oshun has said that they will replicate what happened here.
But I hope they will not replicate with monetizing the politics there.
What happened in Ekiti?
Yeah, money exchange has a lot in Ekiti. But it's money.
I said there's nothing.
What do you expect him to say? But Nigerian politics is being monetized, so everybody knows that. It's only a blind man, it's only a deaf man that will not know that Nigerian politics has been monetized. So we should know that you can't win politics without money. You cannot win election without money. If you decide not to collect, the others too.
Is it that you cannot win election without bribing?
Yeah, bribing, vote buying. That's what I'm saying. Money is everything. I mean, regulate around money and vote buying. That is why they're keeping everybody in poverty, abject poverty, so that when the election comes, it will be a free, lunch day for everybody. That's the only time masses, youth have their own free meal day. So they will. You say what? What do you say that in Igbo?
No, that is what they said in Ekiti State. That's the slang they use.
That's vote and cook.
So that you can cook soup.
Yeah, correct soup.
Okay. And let's look at the
people that have not been eating correct soup, they will give them correct soup that day. So see where we found ourselves.
Do you support you collecting money to sell your goods?
I don't, and I've never done it. That is why I look at some haters that say I collected Indomie from Tinubu. If I want to
collect Indomie,
no, but it's been saying that no, but that opinion should be stopped. No, because when I say something like that, you should stop that. I think they should warn him. That's just it. Any hate speech you bring, I'll give it back to you. That's me. So Indomie, you're saying all this vote buying. I don't collect any money from voters. Even the last voters exercise, that voting exercise, we were just somewhere drinking. We were just somewhere having a nice time. You know, when they got to our turn, we turn praise. You know, I'm not particular. That's what I'm telling you. I don't believe in any politician. I've never collected any penny from any politician. What I do is I hustle my day out, and thank God one of the viewers called me yesterday. He said he learned I'm an agent. Yes, I said I'm an agent. The process I use to operate in my business is when you are calling me as a consultant, you consult me, I'll give you a form, you fill. So that's where I get my money from. I don't rely on politicians. I don't wait for any rally to make money. I don't even attend rally, except I want to feed my eyes to see all the jargons that is going on there. That's me for you. Because when I see people maneuvering, people, the less privileged, I get so angry. But another thing I hate in my life is don't deform people because of what you want. Because you yourself, you are not a saint. Don't deform people. Deformation of character is, the former AIT guy did it that time. That, what's it called? This chief, High Chief Harlere, he did it, and the court told him deformation is bad. When you deform people, if they take you to court, you bear. Go on campaign of what? Ideology. You don't bully people.
Olubadan has cautioned Sunday Igboho. I don't know if you read that.
I've not.
Because he gave a chieftaincy title to Ganduje of Kano State.
Yes.
He said, why are you giving titles to people that are our enemies?
Ganduje is not. See, let's separate. I think Sunday Igboho, I give him so that much respect. You see, when mistake we do, when we were young, I had a Awusa's friend. I have a Awusa's friend. Real, when you talk of the cornuts, they are bearing the punishment too. The Northern and the corn Northern. Who are the Kanus? Who are the Kadis?
Kanuris.
Who are the, start mentioning the Jigawas. My own cousin, schooled in Sokoto, then Federal Government College, Sokoto. But when the influx of the Fulani started in this country, that was the end. That was the end of the peace we have in this country. So you can't say an Hausa. Look at Dangote, for God's sake. Dangote is friend to majority of, say, Southwesterner, Southeasterner, South, and you have a lot of Dangote like that in you know, under the ground that are still coming up. They are youth and they have friends across. So no Igbo man will tell me he doesn't have a business association with any Hausa man. No Yoruba man will tell me he doesn't have business association. But the bad eggs, who are the Fulanis, are the ones that inflate them and capture them likewise. You know, silent them. Look at Babangida now. Babangida is a Nupe man. He's a Nupe man. Is he having peace in his domain? He's an Hausa man, for God's sake. Niger State has no peace for now. So you and ask me how many people IBB made. He made a lot of people. Majority of the Southern billionaires, IBB made them. So can you just wake up now and say you hate such man? Right? Nevertheless, they are all not upright. They are not all our past leaders. Because a leader in a year, a leader that is the only Nigeria that is an oil producer, part of OPEC, is an OPEC member, but does not have a refinery. It's the only country, an OPEC member, that does not have a refinery, which is a country like Nigeria.
Yes,
it's just a
we have to shut down. Sorry, we have to shut down the
rain shut us down.
Because of the rain. Thank you very much.